Right, hello everyone. Looks like we're getting straight into match number 1, so unfortunately the players tricked me. They told me it would be M18 streaming, but it's actually name unavailable, so here we go. This time we have skins as well. He decided to keep his skins apparently, and it's gonna be still the same matchup as it was yesterday, right? So it's gonna be the Septic Tank on the left versus the Mangle team on the right. So that's gonna be the Antiquarian, the Doggy, the Man-at-Arms, and the Flagellant versus the Abomination, the Flagellant, the Jester, right? The Jester and another Antiquarian on the opponent's side. So yeah, it's gonna be a bit more difficult to follow what the players are doing because of all the skins and the way this is set up, but you know, we can still follow it. And I kind of missed the first round, unfortunately, but wow, that is a really big rage, and that is a rage with a guard break, so we might just see a very early death blow here going for M18. Also, we have I don't know what kind of music this is. Sounds a bit I wouldn't say epic music, but is that a cello? A violin? I'm not sure, but we have some sort of musical instrument music, and you know what, I kind of wanted the game sounds, and the music would clash with the music I have to. Also, what is going on with that palette? I didn't know that was a thing. Oh god, that Flagellant skin it's a bit much. it's a bit much. For me, I'm still gonna get demonetized. But you know, such is the way of the Butcher's Circus, I guess. They've massacred my poor boy. Yes, they have. Dexstar Deluxe. Nice to see you, man. Oh, dearie me. But okay, we're still getting into this. He survived one Death's Door check with that Flagellant, I believe. There is yet another chance, and this time it will be actually a very good shot at getting the kill. I believe it's a 40 with the Dirk Stab. It's gonna go for the Dirk Stab. Is it a kill? Yes, it is. The Dirk Stab kill comes through. Name unavailable, just making this crucial mistake of perhaps just using the Flagellant too early, right? His idea using the Flagellant early was to get the punish off before he got slammed, but he got punished really freaking hard for it with a crit rage on a guard broken Flagellant on a team that has no active healing, meaning after that big rage came down, you know, there's really nothing you can do to just try and survive. And compared to the 3 or 4 matches that we saw yesterday that ended up desyncing in round 3, this is by far, and I mean by far, the worst outcome that has happened for Name Unavailable. All the matches were kind of like equal, but in a slight advantage for the Septic Tank team. But now it's just looking really dire. I can't. You have no idea who it is until they do their actions. Yeah, I could ask him to take off the skins. I mean, I should ask him to take off the skins, but he did win the other best of 5 without using the skins, so I don't know. Wait, is that Game of Thrones music? That's literally Game of Thrones music, isn't it? It is. This is some odd playlist that he has going, but I dig it. Alright, that Abomination goes Afflicted. Some very big justice could happen right now if there's a self-proof or something of the likes. But it's just going to be a bile, really. A bile, even though he's at this store. I guess he has enough bleed on him that he would just drop anyway. Perhaps a Redeem will come down? Oh, it will be the Redeem. So the Redeem coming down on that Dazed Abomination basically means that he's going to have to repulse up for eons. And he's not really going to drop to this store on his own because he's dazed, so it will be a while before he's clicked. There's going to be an immediate guard on that Doggy just to make sure that there's no finale coming through immediately. Also, is my mic on backwards like the other day, like a freaking buffoon? No, it seems to be on correctly. Wait, what happened to the sound? I guess he's changing music on the background. It might be changing the music on the background.
Terrible vistas of emptiness reveal themselves.
Makes pt.2 look enjoyable. Nah, I have to ask him to change his skins. I gotta ask him. It's really hard to focus like this. Is that a finale? Yes, that is most definitely a finale. And that is now a 2v4 for name and available, and there's still a Flagellant over there with, I believe, the Punish, I believe everything that he could ever want for this situation. The Blight going through on the Man-at-Arms, and I mean, it's just, there's going to be a Transform Rake now, right? It's only a matter of time before this Stalgi dies, and there's no way that Man-at-Arms can even do anything. So yeah, the Rake's going to come through, 25, does not happen, but really just very, very decisive victory for M18 after a previous best of 5, which felt really just lackluster from his side. But this very first match, we're seeing an entirely different M18, just seeing an opportunity and immediately taking it with a crit rage, or just snowballing the match out of control from there, which is really what Septic Tank does not want to have happen, right? It wants to build a slow, steady advantage, and then it wants to stabilize, and that's especially with the setup that Name and Available has going here. Doesn't bother you too much. I mean, it could be worse, right? It could be worse. The characters, well, I mean, the Flagellant skin looks amazing. You know, I don't like the fact that the Flagellant on the right has no shirt. I feel like that's a bit unnecessary. That is for sure unnecessary. The doggy looks okay. The Abomination looks amazing as a skin, honestly. The transformation just is great. But yeah, I have to say that the Jester and the Antiquarian, nah, those are misses for me. Let's hope no desyncs today. Hello, Mount Crane. Yeah, let's hope no desyncs as well. Match number 1 going for M18. So I'm gonna have to... M18 can't stream as his stream has a problem, so it has to be Name and Available streaming. Very handy that they say that after I've already shifted the positions around on the characters. Oh, good! He's going to take the skins off! He's going to take the skins off! He forgot to use the SFW version. No, that's the thing! He had the SFW version on his own Flagellant. It's only the enemy Flagellant that looked like that. It was quite funny. But yeah, he took the skins off, so... Let's go ahead and change up the teams a bit. I also need to change the decks as well. So that's going to be M18 on the right and Name and Available on the left. In terms of the teams, let me just change that real quick, but let's update the score first. So yeah, the players are currently thinking as to what they want to do for match 2. We'll analyze the matchups very shortly as well. But that is 1 win for M18. Yeah. Alright. Need to change all the teams around once more. It's literally the 3rd time I've done this. Actually, no, Septic Tank has been used already, and that's kind of interesting because Septic Tank has been just really a staple in Name and Available's deck, kind of like a free win card, and that was not the case today, not at all. And the Mangle's already out of the way, right? The team that felt a bit lackluster from M18, it's already out of the way. So it's not going to be something that can be counterpicked later down the line. So he's going to keep his most powerful teams for later. Okay, let me check. Is everything right? Aggressive Vestal, the Occultist Mark, WD, Septic Tank's been used, Chapters 5. Yep. All is correct, all is good in the hood. The players are now getting ready for their 2nd match, I believe. J-Man, nice to see you. Hello. M18 did come from the winner's side, yeah, that's why this is the 2nd best of 5. He lost the previous one last week. Now he's trying to keep his number 1 spot, right? You were gonna ask how J-Man is doing, missed videos. Hey, I missed J-Man videos too. It is part 2, yeah. He will return one day. I fully believe you. So yeah, in terms of how the matchups are looking, now there's still 2 damage teams from the unavailable side and 2 stress teams, both of the stress teams being very defensive in nature. And from M18's side, he still has 2 damage teams and he still has 2 stress teams, also very defensive in nature. But yeah, I mean, they both share the Shep Stress 5, right? They share it. Wait, that's actually kind of uncanny why I wrote it differently. Hang on, that cannot be. Alright, we'll change it to that. That's a bit uncanny to look at. Does not look neat and tidy, but yeah, it's gonna be WD mirror matchup every now and then. Oppressive Vessel versus the Occultist Mark. It's really just the Immortal Musketeer versus Salic Prot, which should be a matchup that the Salic Prot wins. Having that Reign of Sorrows plus the Panic Darts, it should do well in such a situation, but it also depends on the setup that both players have. And it feels like the Occultist Mark, either it goes against one of these very defensive protection teams, or it's just gonna lose to WD or Oppressive Vessel. It feels like it's gonna be that way. And even against the Immortal Mask, it probably breaks through, right? It just has so much offense. I mean, does it? It has Hound's Rush. I can't trust Hound's Rush. I don't trust Hound's Rush to go great, but we'll see. Yeah, we have seen Occultist Mark the other day, but I believe it won, didn't it? I believe that's the only team that won by M18. Out of all the teams that he played, he barely got a win out of that because Name Unavailable made a bit of a misplay and lost his Abomination. Yeah, I believe that's the only team that has won for M18 in the previous best of 5, but we'll see how it goes for this one. His Mangle is already getting the W, so it has accomplished its job. Any teams banned? Surprised not see Immortal Musketeer that often. No teams are banned. The only limitations that the players have is that they can't use the same characters more than 3 times to build their decks. And after every match, the teams that are used cannot be played again. Alright, they're starting. Oh jeez, what music do we have now? Wait. Again? Why are they playing this again? I'm so confused. Wasn't this just played? I'm so confused. Wasn't this just played? And an M18 won. Was that a test match that they did? Were they doing a test match? Is that a villager? Is that a villager cover on that song? I don't know. I want to take away the songs, but I want to keep the game sound. So you know what? We'll roll with what Name Unavailable is bringing. But I'm immensely confused. What about the previous match? Yeah, the skins. Oh, the skins were amazing. Now I kind of wish we kept the Abomination skin. Like, the Abomination skin is actually lovely. But yeah, the punish misses on the 80% chance. That's what we saw the previous day. He wants to go for this immediate punish just to bleed that Abomination out, start making him tick so he can't just slam, turn again and make that Flagellant really not be able to use his offense, right? Because the way the Septic Tank is going to work here is all 3 characters are basically going to try to be defensive while the Flagellant puts in the work. And that team that M18 has cannot really stop the work that the Flagellant pushes through, right? It has a bit of regen, but that's definitely not enough to get a character that has Reign of Sorrows on him out of this lore. So it doesn't have enough defense. So all that Name Unavailable has to do here is just play defensively with all his characters and make sure a bit of offense is going through. And if he can do that, then he's winning, right? The problem that he has here is that the enemy Abomination just keeps slamming. So he could move back here and allow himself to go for Reign of Sorrows with a potential command buff or something of the likes, but looks like this doggy is just on stun duty today. Septic Tank going for 2 stuns. Really unusual. The Jester skin was pretty pog. She had a cool loot, right? Or was it a liar? I don't know. But she did have a cool instrument, but I don't know. It was a bit too much for me. So the Man-at-Arms is gonna move back, actually. It's gonna be the Man-at-Arms moving back. And that means that the Flagellant most likely will go for a punish and not a Rain of Sorrows, because his Rain of Sorrows accuracy here is just really not enough to justify it. So he could even go for an Exsanguinate here if he's feeling a bit crazy, but goes for the punish, gets the crit bleed on there. That means the Abomination is dropping to Death's Door in 4 rounds, which is very, very good here for name unavailable, but he still needs to be careful with this Flagellant. He's gonna have to use the Redeem soon or an Exsanguinate, and he still doesn't have the accuracy, but getting that big punish there, getting the crit chance from being close to Death's Door, definitely a boon for him. I'd be very surprised if no regen comes down. Feels like the regen is really the only move that the Antiquarian wants to do here. Where it goes for the Festering Vapors instead, with no accuracy on it. It goes for the Festering Vapors instead. And perhaps to make the Abomination drop to this store just a turn faster. Or perhaps he's lost faith in the Rejuvenation. I feel like the Rejuvenation should continue to be dropped, considering the amount of UT that's going to happen, considering that Redeem is most likely going to be dropped on that Antiquarian, but decides against it, wants to be a bit more aggressive using that Antiquarian turn, buys himself a bit of dodge as well. And we'll see how that goes. Immediately clicks the Flagellant. He does get to go first, the 85 to hit, and it lands, gets a crit heal on himself. And that is yet another bleed, and this time even a blight on that Abomination. So he's going to be dropping to this store pretty much every round after the Absolutions, and that means that the Flagellant from name unavailable side is at full HP. The Antiquarian is just going to drop Protect Me on someone most likely if Finale ever becomes a threat. And this just doesn't look good for M18, and I'm really confused because this is entirely different to the match we had just seen, right? The match we saw, M18 just won it decisively with the skins. And I thought that was the real match, but apparently it wasn't. It must have been a test match, which they didn't tell me about. So yeah, we're probably gonna have to update the score, and instead of being a win for M18, it's probably gonna be a win for them unavailable. Yeah, Circus Mom, you can't let him get away with these hit chances. True, he's gotten all the stuns, he's gotten pretty much everything he wants. He only missed 1 punish by round 1, which is really unfortunate, but he's gotten a lot of luck back for it. He's thinking of going blackjack on that Abomination. But it's a 25, and he gets it! Wait, was that a stun? He gets it! He actually gets the 25 on the stun. There is no justice in this world. That's crazy. Doesn't even let the Abomination go for his Absolutions. Oh, but that Antiquarian's at this door. Yeah, no Redeem being dropped, and no rejuvenating Vapors just to try and stay alive here. This might end up being a trade of characters, which is honestly not as good as one would think in a situation like this, because there's still that Finale from M18's side, and the Antiquarian on their side is just completely unharmed. So, the Festering Vapors miss despite the finisher. Oh my god, it's a 90 to hit, and it misses. Yeah, with the finisher and the Battle Ballads, it's 130 accuracy on that Antiquarian, and she still misses the 40 dodge. That's crazy. Goes for 25 now, and gets it! It wasn't even a guaranteed hit chance, it was a 75 to hit, and just immediately gets the death blow. Where is the justice? Where is the justice? Oh my Fauci, Shay is streaming again. Hey Scarlegs, how you doing? Yeah, easy. When you have all the RNG on your side, and he misses again! Oh my god! Battle Ballad was dropped, right? There's a buff on all those characters, so I can only believe it was dropped. But that's crazy. That's crazy. That Antiquarian just refuses to be hit and just dishes back the punishment. Like, no command buffs had been dropped until this point in time. She hadn't missed anything, and she gets a crit in the turn she went Festering Vapors, and gets a crit and a kill in another turn she went Festering Vapors. That's just Antiquarian RNG. Misses again! Misses again! This time an 80, and the Antiquarian just doesn't care. She just doesn't care. There's gonna be a guard dog now. Why? Why? She's just going to dodge it anyway. You don't need to guard dog her. She's chilling. But yeah, it's gonna be a harvest against these two characters. No bleeds coming through on either. Not even the Flagellant because of that card buff. And most likely just going to be a Reign of Sorrows here, especially with that command buff and dropping to below 14 HP. But Name Available here is really considering whether he should preemptively, or rather not preemptively, but drop a redeem before the healing skills comes through. Because if he doesn't, she could just die here to Festering Vapors. It's an 80 to hit and a 30 to get the kill, because there is that take cover for the extra death blow res. Mental stress too high. Well, M18 didn't get this far by surrendering, so he's definitely not going to surrender when he thinks he still has a chance of winning. But if he has to get the kill here, he has to get the kill here. There's no other way. Gets the hit, but there's no kill. Does not get the 30% kill shot against the Antiquarian. He'll have another chance unless a redeem is dropped. And he still has that finale. He has to get some really good death blow resistances. All with that Jester, just get a finale off against a doggy or something of the likes. And then, I don't know, and then just win somehow. He's gonna drop another take cover on this Antiquarian, so she's still at 95% death blow resistance. And this means that he doesn't want to drop the redeem yet. He wants to have the maximum amount of healing skills before he does it, and he wants to continue dropping those Reign of Sorrows. If he goes for a Reign of Sorrows this very moment, he'll probably drop that Jester to their store, meaning a Blackjack will just be a kill afterwards. There's 16 Blight on that Man-at-Arms. This isn't a Blight team? Where'd you get 16 Blight from? Freaking Hemlock. That's crazy. They're slowing YouTube in your country. It's at 360p right now. Rip. That is a big rip. Okay, the guard is going to be changed, actually, onto the Man-at-Arms. Possibly just to prevent... Oh, no, that is a bit odd. That is a bit odd. Well, that prevents a Dirk Stab or a Harvest from being dropped onto him. Perhaps he wasn't quite at their store yet. The Flagellant will be dropping to their store, so he might have to use one of his heals here. Actually, he'll be forced to use one of his heals if he is dropping. So it's just going to be a Harvest, misses the doggy, but gets the bleed on the Flagellant. But that means that the Jester is still not in a position to finale, which is pretty good for Name Available. Unless the corpse is going away, which it might. I'm not sure, but it might be going away. I mean, there was so much bleed on that Abomination. Okay, Flagellant dropping to their store heals everyone. There's 2 command buffs on there, so if he goes for an Exsanguinate, he will hit it for sure. There's still minus healing skills. He's gonna go for the Redeem on the Man-at-Arms, and no crit heals on it. Just gets a bit of HP back, but is the corpse going away? It is! There's enough DOT to get rid of the Abomination. And this means that a finale can be dropped now. The Antiquarian is stealthed. The doggy probably has too much HP and prot to be finale. Actually, no, there's 4 buffs on that Jester. He would have 16 to 29 damage. A little less because he's at this door, but he probably has enough to finale whoever he wants, unless he's really unlucky! Oh my god! You know, just like that. Unless he's really unlucky, just like that. Wow, that's insane. It was probably, what, a 13 to 22, considering the prot and the Death's Door debuff. It's wild. It's actually wild. Okay, I'm sorry, Name Available, but you have no music. I'm gonna bring in some music. Bring in the Sprawl. Yeah, but that's crazy. That's crazy. Decides to guard here just to prevent the punish from coming down. Wait, now he has the music. I hate this. Yeah, that is sad. That is really sad. Antiquarian has survived the Death Door check already. There's 2 characters at this door. Wait, no. Yeah, now his music came in. I have to turn this off. This is close. This is close. As Antiquarian's probably going to use her final turn here. One of her take cover buffs is probably going away now. After she uses her turn. She's probably thinking on... No, she goes for it again. Gets that death blow resistance still at 95. And the Festering Vapors is going to come down. Is it a death blow? It is Death Blow and Death Door check, so there is a bit of justice for that Jester not getting the finale off. But reinforcements have arrived. Big heals being dropped onto everyone here from the Flagellant Death. But now he's down a Flagellant, which is really, really unfortunate considering he still had most of his healing. Could have kept the guard on the Flagellant rather than just trying to change it to the Men-at-Arms, which I do feel is a bit weird. Getting rid of the guard on the Flagellant. If he kept it, you know, the Flagellant's not gonna die other than do something like the finale. And at least it did 15, at least it did enough to drop him to Death Star, right? Even though he didn't get the kill. Fem18 wins, he's the chattiest of chats, indeed. Reign of Sorrows coming through, there has been no virtue on the Antiquarian, she's dropping to Death's Door, so is the Men-at-Arms. The doggy is probably not taking enough TOT. He's close though, he's close. He might be taking enough the next round. Thinking of going for a stun on that Jester, decides against it, goes on the Antiquarian instead, which I feel is a bit odd because the Antiquarian's turn was going to be useless, right? Because there's no characters at this store, so the Antiquarian turn wouldn't have been that good apart from dropping maybe a take cover and just getting to the back safely, or yeah, something of the likes. Well, that probably would have been the move here. So decides against it, and now he's gonna try to roll for the death blow on that Jester. Does not get it, but gets 2 crits on it, which is still pretty big, right? That means an extra bit of dodge for the Antiquarian, who has 55 dodge, meaning she probably got, like, selfish. Wait, is that why someone said selfish? Oh, thank you, Paul. Yeah, you're translating. Thank you. Yeah, that is selfish, the affliction that she got. Yeah. That's why you said it. I didn't understand why you said this is selfish right at the start. So moves the Men-at-Arms forward, so there's no Reign of Sorrows, just doing pressure here, but it's a huge misplay because the corpse is going away anyway. Name and Available realizes it, and well, I mean, I guess by doing that you put the dog in position 2 where you can use the Lick Wounds, but I highly doubt he's going to use the Lick Wounds here. So yeah, because he used the Blackjack turn first, now he isn't able to use it for this round, which is when it would really matter, the stun. Using it after the Antiquarian turn had happened the previous round, he could have used it so she wouldn't have an action for round 8, but he decided against it, and now this match is beyond lost. So even though it was going so unbelievably well for Name and Available, I feel like the pressure from the practice match. Wait, why is the image poorly cropped? It's poorly cropped. We can't see the look. We can't see the death blow resistance at the bottom. Is that me? Did I do that? Well, that's gonna be a win for Name and Avail for M18. So it looks like I'm not gonna have to refresh anything anyway. No, it really is poorly cropped. Oh god, is it? I think it is. Yeah, yeah, it is. It is poorly cropped. Oh god, I'm gonna see if I can tell him that. But yeah, into the next match we go. So the score is still 0-1. Must feel so great to win this after so many low percent chances hitting. It does. It probably has felt amazing after that. Yeah. A triple kill would have been awesome. It would. But you know, a double kill is more than enough there to just get the win. So yeah, hopefully Name and Available can get back on his game and take the Ws from now on, because he has to fight from the back foot now. So in terms of the teams, it's still the same as I had said after the practice match or the test match or whatever it is that they did. So yeah, now it's M18 might try to just high roll it and go for the Occultist Mark team here, because you kind of get both all the teams out of the way first, and then you have all the most powerful teams for the end, right? That is an idea. It's not really what I would go for. It's not really what I have done. I usually just try to get the wins and keep myself in a position where I still have choices later down the line. So you don't use 2 stress teams and then keep 2 damage teams, and your opponent just stacks prot or something of the likes. I try to be balanced, but I try to use my best teams early so I get an advantage. But M18 might be playing it a bit differently here. It feels like he went for that with the Mangle, which is the 4th team that he had, that Abomination and 1. So we might see something like that again. You are welcome, Shep, and your analysis is very accurate. Hey, thank you, Zell. Shep is predictable. I am so predictable. It's insane. I don't know. I feel like I lose before the match even starts. People already know what I'm gonna play. I mean, just the YouTuber nerf, right? Has to be. Alright, so they're getting ready. M18 has picked his team. Now we're waiting for Name and Available to pick his. Also, nice to see you, Liquid David. He's just messing with the abilities now, but I have seen what Name and Available is bringing. All the usual suspects in chat. Who's missing? Well, we're missing Azur for sure. We're missing Urban Falsey, though I haven't seen him in a while. We're missing Gonzo. What else are we missing? We're missing Awesome Pork. We're missing Lux. We're missing Stormy. We're missing a few, but I'm happy with the ones we have anyway. Time to make some breakfast while enjoying some quality butcher sugs in the background. Hey, enjoy your breakfast too. Alright, we're getting into the match. Oh god, why are we cursed with this music? Why are we cursed with this music? That's all I have to ask. Like, why? Just why? Is this the... Wait, where do I translate it? There. Is this royalty-free stream music that that Name and Available is bringing to us? I can't. I cannot. But okay, M18 is going to be playing Salak Prot, and Name and Available is going to be playing his Shep Stress 5. But he has a Shep Stress 5 that is being built against damage, so it's really not an ideal situation for him. Though, that Crusader is in position 2, which is also against damage, and he also has the Pit Fighter's Helm, which is also against damage. So it looks like both of them were preparing for a WD to come out, but no WD has come out. There's going to be a guard on the Grave Robber. Does that mean the Flash won't have as rain? That's probably the case here. Go second, decides to just drop the bolster, so it's most likely going to be a bit more defensive, but I can't do commentary like this. I can't do commentary with this music, man. You're having dinner. Hope you enjoy. The Fat Rat Jackpot. Is that what this is called? No copyright music. Yeah, but most likely. Alright, we're changing songs. Okay, so it's most likely just gonna be a punish. Why was the Grave Robber guarded then? There's no rain on this Flagellant. That must have just been I can't understand why she would be guarded. Not a command buff being dropped, or even a bellow or a bolster. That is beyond me why she was guarded. I mean, sniper shot's not a threat here at all. I suppose it could happen, but it's not a threat. It's not really a threat, not with snuff and with no command buff. So very confusing. Very confusing. Looks like M18 probably just is so used to playing Salak Prot and so used to seeing that Flagellant there, and him always having that what do you call it, him always having that Rain of Sorrows that he just went guard, didn't imagine the possibility of that flagellant having no rain, so just went guard as you do. Interesting. So the Arbalest is just gonna heal herself here, and that's a really sad Arbalest turn, because I mean the Blight is still there, the Bleed is still there on the Abomination, the Stress is still there, the Arbalest just can't really do too much. The Pressing Fire is on a move this time. She can't really shoot anyone. I guess she could shoot the Grave Robber if it weren't for this, but I mean, just one Reclaim is dropped on the Grave Robber after like 1 or 2 shots, and it doesn't matter anymore, right? I don't know. I don't know if I can agree with that card being dropped onto her, but I guess it gives M18 some peace of mind, knowing that the Arbalest is never gonna get a Sniper Shot crit on the Grave Robber or something silly like that. The Bark of Light was still dropped, which I agree with as a decision. It's good in pretty much every matchup against pure DOT, apart from against pure DOT, and even then, it's still good. Just getting a character to do 0 damage just once with like an AoE ability is already value out of the Bark of Light. So it also helps against Finale, which almost all DOT teams have, so yeah. So it's going to be Panic Darts being dropped turn after turn onto Name Unavailable's Man-at-Arms, and this already feels like it's going to be really, really rough for him, because he has to start using his Flagellant on the defense, or else that Man-at-Arms will soon be pressured to the breaking point. He'll have way too much DOT on him, he'll have way too much stress, and he's just going to die a bit prematurely here. I wonder if M18 is going to try to move forward with his Crusader, just so he doesn't get hit by any more Beast Spiles on him, or if he's just going to ignore it. It is a big question here. No, there's no more Sniper Shot, no more Slam from that Abomination, so the Riposte here is making that Flagellant go down to 0. But that's probably something that M18 wants, right? He doesn't have to punish, but he doesn't need it. He's just gonna go for next Sanguinate sooner rather than later. And I'm not sure if this Man-at-Arms has the Rancid Cure-All to try and resist it. There is a crit buff on that Flagellant, so he's more likely to get the bleed through. Next track must be Imagine Dragons. And the Crusader just drops the Zealous here. He really doesn't have anything better to do, apart from moving forward as a possibility. But if he does that, then, you know, the Flagellant also gets in the way of Sniper Shot, which he might not want. He might not want to have that happen. That might just be a bit too much pressure here. So there's gonna be a heal on the Man-at-Arms, and oh, it's such a sad heal. Like, imagine if this was Immortal Musketeer that he brought out. This matchup would be very fair, and honestly, perhaps even sided for Name Unavailable. But because he has the Arbalest, it just feels so much worse. The Arbalest is way better against the damage. It can clear those bleeds, it can clear the stuns, and that sort of stuff. But the Musketeer, he would be healing stress, giving accuracy, healing blights, applying healing received buffs, so these heals are actually incredibly useful, but instead we have an Arbalest which is just being a bozo in position 4, and she's being guarded for... Yeah, I mean, she's being guarded, so now the Rain of Sorrows will have to be dropped on the Man-at-Arms, which has the Rancid Cure-All. And this means that the Arbalest is most likely just going to be able to focus her heals on the Abomination and just try to prolong the health bars of his own characters, try to prolong his character's lifespan while the Beast Spell keeps putting in the work, and while the Punish keeps putting in the work on that Flagellant, and on that Crusader and Man-at-Arms. But yeah, now there is a possibility of dropping the Sniper Shot, but I mean, there's really no reason. The hit chance sucks, the damage sucks. It goes for it anyway, gets the crit Sniper Shot, but nothing's gonna come of it, really. I don't imagine. And that means that the health bars continue to falter on Name Unavailable side. But yeah, it's gonna be pressure being dropped by everyone. They all have their own agenda when it comes to the pressure. Just gonna drop a Redeem here, actually, which is kind of interesting. But I guess that after you drop a Sniper Shot there, it does basically mean that you didn't drop a heal on the Man-at-Arms, which would have been countered by the Exsanguinate. So just drops the Redeem instead, redeems before Exsanguinates, keeps the Exsanguinate for the end of the match if it does come down to that. And now there's going to be another Zealous, probably not an Affliction just yet, considering the numbing and the bolster as well. but it's getting there. Isn't it 150 base plus 20? It's 140 base plus 20, so no, he does not have a chance of resisting the Blight. He has a chance of resisting the bleeds, but not the blights from the panic darts. Crit punish, go! Yeah, there's no suppressing fire, David. Yeah, it can heal the bleed from the Exsanguinate. We might see that happen. We have calm music now. I don't know why Name Unavailable runs with this music. I genuinely don't know, but you know, it's his stream. It's his stream. Let him cook. Perhaps this is what he needs to thrive. The Man at Arms gets an affliction, which I don't know. We need Paul here. Help us out. The Arbalist is taking a bit of DOT, but she's overall fine. And the Man at Arms has a lot of regen on him too, so he's fine for now, but the regen will run out before the Blight does. So it's not going to counter it forever. And these files continue to stack on that Crusader and on that Man at Arms. None of them have a chance of ever resisting the Blight. So all that Name Unavailable kind of has to do here is just prolong his character's lifespan as long as possible to let the Beast File continue putting in the work. I'm surprised that M18 isn't trying to maybe go Panic Darts on the Abomination, like just dropping a Panic Darts on there, maybe try to get him afflicted. Maybe try to put in some work there, cause enough DOT that the enemy has to drop way too many heals on him, and then kind of forgets about the Men at Arms and just lets the Men at Arms die to the Reigns and all that. But I feel like he probably thinks that the pressure from the Reign of Stars on the Abomination is enough. He just needs to go for something else. The cells here are actually being incredibly helpful for, well, maybe being incredibly helpful for M18, for Name Unavailable, because he gets to click his flash one. He can go aggressive here. He can just go for a punish. Actually, if he does, he might die to an Exsanguinate if he does that. So he's probably going to drop to this store, drop a regen, and then the bleed will get countered by the Arbalist heal. So that is one of the things that the Arbalist has going here. She can cure the bleeds from the reclaims. Bile is 140? No, Bile is not 140, Jesus. Panic Darts is 140. Also, Mutant, nice to see you. Yeah, he has a playlist on shuffle. Yeah, it's the kind of people that just puts whatever mood song in their playlist. So, from one moment, super happy, completely sad. So, there's gonna be Panic Darts on that Man at Arms, and yeah, the pressure is adding up. Yeah, having no punish on the Flagellum, just something you gotta do for the side prod. You really need to have that Reign of Stars, you really need to have that Reclaim, and playing Flagellum without both his heals feels very, very sad, TBH. I don't know what that is, but he doesn't act out. I don't know what affliction he got. He seems to have minus accuracy. He seems to go for a random act out. He guarded the wrong character, but I mean, it's not too shabby. Drops the flash on Death's Door here, giving everyone else a pretty little heal. There's still an accuracy buff on there, so an Exsanguinate can be dropped. But it's most likely going to be a redeem on the Men at Arms at this point. Irrational. We can get a stun attack. Yes, we can. Paul said irrational. Ah, there it is. Thank you very much. Oh, it's going to... Well, the Flagellum doesn't need to heal just yet. I mean, an Exsanguinate could happen. But looks like it's going to be a slam.
The birthplace of dread.
The Flagellum is dropping below 40% HP, meaning that Exsanguinate can be dropped and can get a kill, a 20% kill. Will M18 go for it? You probably see, wait, 7 damage? 13 HP, yes, that's enough for an Exsanguinate if he wants to go for it. Potential 20% death blow. Will he go for it is the question. Yeah, 6 damage is a bit of a joke. This means that no Reign of Sorrows will be dropped on the Abomination anymore, but it means that he will get hit with Zealous's, which he probably doesn't mind. decides not to go for the 20% on the Exsanguinate, considering that, you know, if he doesn't get it, it's kind of just a huge waste of tempo for his Flagellant. So decides against it, and Name Unavailable says, you know what, if you don't want to go for it, then I'm gonna bring you even further. I don't care that I'm at this store. Drops to 1 HP there on that Flagellant. Definitely doesn't want to go for the Exsanguinate now, especially being at 1 HP. This is not the time where you want to drop Exsanguinate. This is the time where you want to be aggressive and wait for the enemy to drop you to 0 until then you get heals for free. And the buffs from me at this store, right? Perfect time to rain. Fails both the bleeds, but you know, such is the way of the Butcher Circus. If you don't heal the Flagellant here, a 20% will come down, and it won't be a 20% on the Exsanguinate. I feel like M18 really wants to get a Zealous here or something of the likes to go off. Decides to not drop a heal on that Flagellant feels very odd, because if he had dropped a heal on the Flagellant there, if he had been dropped to this store by round 6, he would have gotten another bunch of heals from dropping to this store. So it does feel very, very odd that he decides against it, but M18 decides not to punish it. I don't know. I mean, I understand that the win condition is getting that Man-at-Arms down, but wouldn't the Zealous just be a perfectly good opportunity to go for it? I mean, I suppose that he doesn't want to drop the Zealous because he wants to keep his heal. So let the Flagellant drop to this door and then use the Crusader to heal the Flagellant. That might be the idea that he's going for, but now he gets stunned. And the Flagellant was still dropping to this door, and he'll still have to try to drop a Redeem or a bigger heal. So that Man-at-Arms is really starting to falter now. 6 HP and 178 stress on him. If he goes down, the whole idea of the team will crumble. No Panic Darts, or rather no Beast Files, have been dropped in a bit. So the characters aren't really dropping to their store just yet, but the Afflictions, I mean, they're not that close either. The M1 has transformed once, the Horror is still applying, slowly but gently. Only other idea was to quit Panic Darts into 0 HP. 18 Stress Panic. Throwing, says David. Gonna decide to heal the Flagellant now, just so no Exsanguinate kill. There's a bit of a heal there on both of those characters. Has to heal now with the Flagellant, or he might just suffer the fate of the 20%. Then it's gonna be a Redeem on the Man-at-Arms, and that's a crit heal. So basically, all the pressure from the Beast Files has just dissipated, essentially. Could be regens on the Man-at-Arms, but he has a lot of DOT on him. A Zealous might be an immediate kill here, honestly. So it might not be worth to risk a Reclaim. Could have risked going for Redeem there, but you know, there will just be a heart attack immediately after, so it might just be the time to accept that the Man-at-Arms is going to die here. Decides to go for the Man-at-Arms turn though, goes for the command buff, making sure that he's not gonna miss the Zealous if he does decide to go for it. Clicking the Man-at-Arms, you will bring him to this door. It's gonna go for the Flagellant. Is it gonna be the Reclaim turn? That was promised. No, it's gonna be another punish onto the enemy Flash. Does the bleed go through? Yes, it does. That's 23 bleed on there, so he's dropping to this door every turn. And that's really not the time where you want to drop to this door when you have minus healing skills on you already. So that Flashlight is getting exhausted here. That seems to be the idea behind what M18 is having to face. So it's going to be Panic Darts on the Arbalest now, just applying some pressure onto her as well. Pressure going through everywhere. It feels close though, it does feel close. This Man-at-Arms is probably going to try to change the guard back to the Arbalest, but he passes. But that does get rid of the guard anyway, meaning that he's not going to die to a Zealous. We get the first 9/11 reference of the tournament, or at least the first one that I noticed. And now it could be a heal. I mean, I feel like there's nothing better for you to do with this Arbalest than to go for a heal, even though Reign of Sorrows cannot be dropped here. If Reign of Sorrows is dropped, the Flagellant just immediately dies to a Rake, or even a stun. We've seen that, oh, it's gonna be an Exsanguinate. It's gonna be an Exsanguinate. That's a pretty big bleed on that Abomination, so he is gonna be dropping to this store here. I believe there's still enough bleed on that Flagellant after this. Does he want to heal is the question, or does he want to transform and then heal? Lots of stress, decides to go for the heal here, a safer move. Shep, hype it up, be a proper spectator. What do you mean a proper spectator? I'm letting the music do that for me, the weird epic music. The Arbalist goes for the Panic Darts. Is that the Affliction? Close, but no cigar. That's enough DOT to bring the Abomination back to their store though. Azelos will force a heal out of that Flagellant. So really, all of Name and Available's characters are very close to their store, very close to Afflictions, or very close to a Heart Attack in the case of that Men at Arms, but drops the heal there on the Abomination, kind of just stabilizing the situation a little bit. I wonder if that... what kind of music do we have now? I don't know, but this is better than what we had before, so I'll take it, I suppose. I suppose I'll take it. The Crusader is probably gonna go... He's gonna go Inspiring Cry on himself, just to prevent the Afflictions from coming down. But, I mean, that Flagellant, he's still not feeling too good. He's not dropping to their store now anymore. So there might have to be a punish on there immediately, or perhaps a transform Rake, or perhaps a stun even. Very good chance of getting that stun, it's the 65. Well, not very good, very decent. Very decent. It's gonna be a big Beast Vial dropping once more. It just wants to drop it every single round, bring those characters down to 0 again. He has deviated from the game plan a little bit, and now a guard will be dropped onto that Flagellant to make sure that he doesn't get completely exhausted. The Men at Arms dropping to 0 here. A Reign of Sorrows will be a kill if there's no heal or if there's no move forward. It looks like move forward is really the only possible move here for the Men at Arms if he wants to survive. Decides to move to position 1, which I'm not sure if I agree with. I'm not sure what Affliction the Abomination got, but perhaps he's scared that the Irrational will move him back to position 3 the next turn. That might be what he's scared of. 4 to 5 damage there. Pretty big 4 to 5. And the Flagellant will be dropping to this sword the next turn. Anyway, if he wants to save this Man at Arms, he has to heal him with a Redeem. Also, doing this means that if a Zealous comes down, it will hit the Man at Arms before it hits the Flagellant, so it will get the kill on him immediately. There's no chance that he survives from the Flagellant dropping to this sword and getting a heal back. That would be just enough to save the Man at Arms, because the way the Zealous works is that it hits the position 1 character first, and then it hits the position 2 character, and that's very important when it comes to the Flagellant healing. It's so over. Yeah, this track is actually fire, isn't it? Masochistic. So it would only move forward. Looks like a Bellow is gonna be dropped, and that's gonna be a dead Man at Arms. That's the first character going away for Name and Available. The rest of his team is in not ideal shape. The Arbalist goes Afflicted too. The Flagellant's gonna go Rapturous himself. But he's done a fair bit of pressure onto that Flagellant. He's still gonna be dropping to their store every round, and the Abomination still has his Transform Slam, so he can break that guard and he can get some pressure going. But it feels like the Beast Vials, either they weren't enough, or there just weren't enough of them. It feels like that's the case scenario here. It feels like the Beast Vials just wasn't enough. The amount that was dropped wasn't enough to bring that Crusader, bring that Man at Arms down to 0 and Afflicted, which is really what you want to do with an Abomination like this. Probably because he wasn't given enough time to do the work, right? The Arbalist is just not doing stress healing. She's not curing the blights. It feels like a Musketeer here would have just been so much better. Drops to this door, Speed next. You can vote now. Speed next. I don't know what that means. I have no idea what that means. Maybe he's wanting us to vote for songs? But yeah, if he loses here, that's gonna be 2 wins for M18. So he's gonna be on match point for winning the entire tournament. If he manages to win this match now. Wow! The Flato just removes the abomination with that hit into the immediate surrender. Oh, it's a disaster. What a disaster for an even available. Jesus. Damn. Well, GG's. And looks like we're gonna go to a match number 3, and it's gonna be 2 wins for M18. So yeah, in terms of what the matchups look like now, let me just change up the teams that have been used. Wait, did I not update the score? There we go. So now there is no more Chef Stress 5, and there is no more Salad Crawl, so it's just going to be XX on the bottom there. So now the teams that are remaining are still the damage teams for everyone. So both of them still have 2 damage teams and 2 defensive stress teams. One of them with the Eyeballs, the other one with the Musketeer. So it's still very interesting as to what's going to happen. They're very equal in terms of the teams that they have left. I'd say possibly a slight advantage for Name and Available, especially considering he still has the oppressive Vestal. But M18's up 2 matches. He only has to win 1, while Name and Available has to win all the matches still. He still has to win with the Immortal Musketeer, the WD, and the Oppressive Vessel. He has to win with all 3 of them. So his opponent has locked in. Name and Available is now picking his team. Musketeer into Chef Stress. That would probably just be a free win for the Immortal Musketeer. Most likely. No way he picks that. I can see what he's picking. Alright, we're going into it. Match number 3, match point for M18. If he wins this match, he is the winner. And it's gonna be Oppressive Vestal versus WD. Brings out the WD for the 3rd match. Just trying to get a 3-0, a decisive 3-0 with none other than WD. And what trinket is that? There's snuff! There's snuff on that Arbalist. Just expecting that he would need it, right? Oh, the immediate stun miss on the Abomination, the 8%. Oh, what a disaster. The Abomination dodges it. Oh goodness, M18 must be thrilled right now. He dodges it, goes for the manacles back on the Shieldbreaker. I believe she has no dodge trinkets. So he's just free to just get a very big stun going on there. Yeah, she has no dodge trinket, so it was a 90 to hit. Yeah, we really need a desync. We really need a desync. We need to desync the entire best of 5. Yeah, we do. Yippee! Indeed, nice to see you, Gilvo. It's gonna be a pull coming in on that Vestal. There's no shield breaker to just go punch or go pierce, meaning that the Vestal is gonna get shot here. And she's gonna get shot and she's gonna be in positions 2 or 3. Depends on what she wants to do. She can try to move back, but really having no shield breaker turn just feels really, really bad here. Normally she would have dodged that stun, or she wouldn't have even been targeted, but just going to be a stun back on that Crusader, and he will get to go first. So if he does get one shot here, then you know he gets one shot, but he should be fine. There is that open vein. He still has the open vein, and he has the strat going with the potential open vein going into the Abomination, just trying to get him down. He has won this matchup before with the Oppressive Vestal, but I personally believe— What?! 16 damage on the mark! What is that joke? 16 damage on the mark! Well, I guess that's what you get for running Snuff Piercing Quarrel, right? 16 damage on the freaking mark! Nah, that's out of this world. That's crazy. So yeah, no crit sniper shot, not even close to a crit sniper shot. It's a 16. That's an average roll without a mark. That is really, really bad. That had to be the lowest of the lowest rolls. There's just going to be a stun back though, so that Arbals is still not enjoying her. I mean, that Vestal is still not enjoying herself now, because even if this Shieldbreaker has to pull either the Arbalist or the Bounty Hunter here, because what's going to happen is there's going to be a shot, or there's going to be a stun first on that Crusader, and after the shot, Hader will come down and would get a 50-50 to get the kill. So he has to prevent this. He has to prevent this Crusader from stunning him. But if he pulls the Bounty Hunter, then what's gonna happen is there's just a Holy Lance to counter the heal, right? So yeah, there's going to be a stun there on that Crusader, and there's going to be a 50-50 after the shot that there is a kill on that Vestal, on that Oppressive Vestal. And if you lose a character here, it's way too early, and it's just going to be over before it even began. There's a 25 this time. Does he survive? He lives! There is hope. Survives the 50-50, but he's still at death's door. He's gonna go for a heal here. Has both the stun trinkets, which is not what we usually see from them available. He usually brings the stun trinket and the healing trinket on that Vestal. So the Divine Comfort heals for 4, which is really the worst that he could have gotten. Not that it really matters. I mean, whoever hits him right now is gonna do at least 4 damage with a stun. M18 is probably considering just going for a double stun there on that Crusader and just trying to get the kill after that, but he's gonna go with the Abomination, decides not to go for the double stun, just gets the stun onto the Vessel. Now she's at death's door, so a heal is forced to be dropped here, but even if it happens, there's just going to be a hit back. He's thinking of going for the Zealous just to do enough damage to bring that Abomination down to 0. He needs a lot of RNG on his side because this Vestal's dead. Needs to get some kind of counter pressure going. That's really the only thing he can do here. He needs to get a kill somewhere. To make it a trade of characters, to still have a chance, to still stay in it. So yeah, now a finish him is just a guaranteed kill here, and that's most likely what he's gonna go for and keep both his healers. Finish him coming down. Yeah, it's a terrible situation for Name Unavailable, and it's so sad because in the previous best of 5, he just won it so decisively, and this one has gone the entirely opposite route. So there's going to be a heal there for 8, most likely gonna get countered by the immediate. Oh, there's going to be a Vendetta, which is a bit odd because he could try I feel like this is a misplay, because he had to do that duelist advance there, right? Because after that duelist advance comes through, the enemy Crusader has to heal, but then you can stun the Abomination. They still have 2 healers, but the Abomination has no turn, so they have to heal him immediately, then you hit him, then they heal again, then you hit him again, and then you get the death blow by round 5, right? You get the 70% death blow, unless the enemy Bounty Hunter pulls a corpse behind you or something like that. So he could have gotten the kill there. He definitely could have gotten the kill on that Abomination, but he's not going to get it now, because his Crusader has been stunned. The Abomination still has his self-heal, so it's weird to me. It's really weird to me. I feel like a bit of a misplay going for that Vendetta there. Definitely did not feel like the time to Vendetta for me, but he decided to go for it anyway, and now he's, you know, he has the extra damage, so he's free to drop this Abomination to the store every round, but there's just going to be a heal being dropped now, and most likely just a big finish him on that shield breaker, and the second character will be coming down soon, potentially. Oh, dodges! Gets the fortunate dodge, 78 to hit. Now it's going to be a stun, but doesn't have the shield breaker turn, so it's still going to be heal into heal. Or potentially heal into flare into big heal. On the Abomination, that's also a possibility. You know, just have that slightly bigger heal. But he's probably gonna want to clear the bleed, right? So, boom! Not an Oscar competition. I have no idea what that means. I have no idea what the person in the comments said by that. Yeah, meant by that rather. There's going to be an open vein on the Abomination, probably just going to be met with a heal. And I mean, this could still be a win for Name Unavailable, but it feels like that one Vendetta play has set him back a really fair bit, because now he has to get a stun, and there's extra stun resistance on that Abomination. He's still not going to get the kill this round, even if he gets the stun, or rather round 6. He's going to have to get the kill by round 7. While the Bounty Hunter just fluffs around and just tries to do something, right? Because that's really what he's trying to do here. The Bounty Hunter he's an enabler. He's not the character that actually puts in the work. He's not the character that brings characters to 0, stuns them, pushes them around, does a ton of damage. I mean, he can, but usually isn't, and he's not very reliable at it. So he's kind of just stuck trying to make himself useful while the other 3 characters are passing turn and healing the Abomination, a base of the pressure that was done already. So it's still winnable for Name Unavailable, right? It's still winnable for Name Unavailable because of how the Butcher Circus is, but he's gonna get the kill start of next round still, which is very fortunate because it felt like going for that Vendetta, perhaps not the best move, but I mean, who am I to say? This is Name Unavailable. He is the best Oppressive Vestal player in the world. That is my opinion. And you know what? Maybe dropping the Vendetta was the right move. Maybe he foresaw that he would dodge the finish him on that Shieldbreaker. He foresaw that he would still get the death blow by round 7. Or, you know, likely. It's a 70 to get the death blow with the Wicked Slice. So if he doesn't get it, it's gonna be very rough. But he should do 16 damage here. Oh, decent chance that he doesn't. 12 to 23. It's a better chance on the open vein, because it's an extra 4 damage guaranteed. Oh, oh, that's sad. Oh, it's 1-off. It's 1-off for bringing him to this store. Oh, that is a sad opening vein. Just dropping finish hims wherever he can. Oh, but that is really sad. This would have been the big turnaround. He's gonna have to go for another stun, and he doesn't get it this time. I think it's over, guys. Hi, Shep. I'm drunk and doing archery with a friend. Okay, do not shoot your friend, please. And it's gonna be the self-heal. Oh, it's so sad. There's still the 2 healers. He gets to go first, but he's not gonna get the... And the Bounty Hunter is gonna continue to cause some pressure. Don't worry, I won't. Okay, I trust you, Clueless. WD can still lose this. It definitely can. Like, the Bounty Hunter has to do something, right? Like, he's missing. He's dropping finishes for 12. He's really not doing enough to be enough here, right? But Oh no! Ooh, ooh, no! How is he gonna get the kill now? I don't get it. How is he gonna get the kill now? Because now the Crusader can't hit. How does he still get the kill on that Abomination now? Maybe A-Bomb goes insane from crits and refuses to heal. That is a possibility. Should have stunned the Crusader. He kind of had to drop the Abomination down to 0 though. But yeah, stunning Crusader would have been a decent move too. But now he's healed and now there's no stun to bring him down to 0 and prevent the other Absolution from coming through. So it's going to be a finish him now on the Crusader. Corpse goes away. He's going to go for another Pierce. Or he's going to go Adders. Goes for the Pierce, just enough. 95 stress, he's almost afflicted. Oh, that soft underbelly of WD does not look so soft now, does it? It's gonna be a self-heal, and okay, the stress going away with that too. Can you imagine if a Caltrops was dropped? I think it would have helped. Yeah. Maybe if a Caltrops was dropped right under that mark. I mean, it would have been a repulse, but who cares, right? Great open vein, but now what does the Crusader do? You know, what does the Crusader do? I mean, I guess the Highman would have gone, the Bounty Hunter would have gone for a pull on the Highman anyway, just to prevent the Crusader from doing his stuff, but that kind of just stems from the Pierce being dropped rather than the Adder's Kiss. So there's going to be a heal dropped on there, and now the Crusader just has to drop Holy Lance. Oh, misses the Arbalist. Face red droopy eyes in the chat, everyone. Holy moly. Face red droopy eyes in the chat, come on. Missing the Arbalist with the Holy Lance. Now he drops the Death's Door. She doesn't even have to drop a heal, and that's gonna be down the Highman, down 2 characters. And that's gonna be the surrender. That's 3-0 for M18. Our grand winner. He takes it to the second best of 5. He gets the win. GG's to both players.
Will you muster the metal to return?
And will he muster the metal to return? So yeah, that is finally it. That is finally it. That is all she wrote for Name Unavailable. M18 is our winner. Him with the Mangle team and with the Occultist mark. We didn't get to see it in the second one. He only won with, what did he play? He played his Mangle, he played his Select Prot, and he played WD. You know what? I love that. I love that setup. But yeah, he's gonna take the W. It would be cool to have a chat with him, but I don't imagine... I don't imagine he can have a chat with us, you know, considering the sanctions and all that. They're not sanctions, just censorship. But yeah, that is gonna be it. The Chinese Grand Finals is finally over. And even though Name Unavailable came from the losers bracket, I mean, let's have a look at the bracket real quick. We need to see the players and their journey. Right, we need to see the journey they made to get all the way up here. Because it really was quite a journey for both of them. So let's have a look at it real quick. So yeah, looking at the journey that the players have gone through, M18 started in the round 1. He won against Oz, he won against Mr. D, which has won the tournament too, so that's quite exciting. He's won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 best of 3s. And 2 best of 5s. He won 5 best of 3s and 2 best of 5s. So let's see what Name Unavailable had to do, because believe me, he had to do a lot more to get up there. So Name Unavailable had to win 1, 2... He won 2 best of 3s and then lost the Silac. And then where did he go? So he won 3 best of 3s, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8! He won 8 best of 3s. And he won 2 best of 5s. So even though he won the same amount of best of 5s as M18, and even though he won 3 more best of 3s than M18 did, he's still gonna be eliminated in the second match in the second best of 5 in this grand finals. So yeah, big GGs to both, regardless. You made it in time for the end. Yes, you did. Chef, cut out the skins part of the stream. Nah, no way I'm cutting that out. We have to keep the practice match, right? We have to keep the practice match. But anyway, hope you all enjoyed today's stream. Definitely a lot more exciting than yesterday's one. Yesterday's one was a disaster. But yeah, thank you everyone for joining, and I'll see you around another time. Cheers.